Alright, hello everybody. We're gonna be streaming the second to last day of the Blitz North America Cup qualifier matches. And today we're gonna be, we have the pleasure of watching an extremely pivotal match, which is going to be GMA versus Pincer, because both of these teams have the chance to get into the top 8, but they need to do well in the final leg of the tournament, of course. They can't afford to drop any more games because every next match that they drop will put them in jeopardy of not making top 4. So they, of course, really can't afford to lose this next game. Pincer, I believe, are in a critical position as well. They still can make top 4 if they beat GMA. But if they don't, it's going to be very difficult to them, and it could come down to chance. But anyways, let's get into the meat of this battle here. We're going to be on the map Faust. Of course, this is always supremacy on always best of 7 for these matches. We have GMA taking 4 IS4s, 2 E100s, and a Vickers Light. Pincer are going to be taking 2 E5s, a 215B, a Kranvan, interesting tank, just came out, and 2 IS4s. So, interested to see how the Kranvan is played. Doesn't have a lot of DPS, but that turret is ridiculously strong. It also has a lot of HP, but it is very slow to get around the map. But anyways, we're about to see the first match kickoff against these two teams. Each team, of course, or like I said earlier, can't afford to lose any more games, or any more matches. So they need to win the set. They've loaded in here on board with whitetails in the E100. Big German armor. We'll see how each team plays. You've got Mocha in the light tank, going to be spotting up. Looks like the middle could spot the decap and anything sitting above like TK in that E5. Again, TK is going to be spotted by Mocha external as well in the Kranvan. HE Shell going into the Kranvan. Kranvan, as it is on PC as well, takes a lot of HE damage to the front of the turret. Tommy in his Vickers Light has been sent to take the A-cap. Nobody's going to be able to reset from GMA. Pincer have a 2-cap advantage so far. They can afford to sit back on this. GMA is in no real position to push. They just have a passive lineup, it looks like, or a passive setup. They have 2 E100s sitting near the spawn, defending against any push coming in through A. Mocha's going to be spotting a little bit, spots Tommy. Tommy putting a blind shot into the bush that Mocha spot from. Actually, GMA is going to be pushing up here. TK is going to be pressured along with external taking some more HE damage in the Kranvan. Can afford to for now, but doesn't want to bleed anymore. He's going to be keeping his turret down. Canadian Impact now pushing across to help out with the push. Looks like Arctic might be sent into B shortly with a GMA push. Assassin, oh wow, Kami gets absolutely hammered. Where did that shot come from? Probably a blind fire. Player 2000 and Killer going to be holding this ramp, and Arctic is now on the B cap, but it doesn't remedy the cap situation that GMA is in. GMA is still down about 100 caps, or 100 cap points, so that's more than 80, so that means GMA are going to have to pick up 2 kills to correct the situation for them and put them above Pincer in terms of cap points. Mocha is going to be rotating over towards the A cap. He's spotted. So is Tommy though. TK also going to be just chilling here. Got a lot of tanks stacked up for GMA. It looks like they want to make a move on D, but Pincer at this point has pretty good knowledge of where they are on the map, so they're going to be very prepared for this. They got a lot of tanks here. Zerd is going to be pushing down and across. This could be very bad, but it could also get these GMA tanks to turn around and give the rest of the Pincer tanks to push. Pincer are up on cap, but they are taking the initiative to push. I'm not sure if this is the best idea, but who knows. Let's see if it works out for them. Push coming in. Canadian Impact is getting focused out in that E100. Going to be more reliable to pen than the IS-4. We've got some tanks bleeding on this side. TK got shot as he crossed. GMA are onto the decap now. TK has bled a lot. Killer has bled a lot. Pincer looks like they're going to be dropping some tanks pretty soon. Meow Kitty looking for the kill. Canadian Impact. Tommy goes down in the back to Whitetails. He was very low from the shot earlier. Killer now very, very, very low. Player 2000 takes a lot of damage as well from the E100 of Canadian Impact and Mocha. Looks like they double tap. Arctic looking for the kill on Pincer, or on Killer, gets it off. Meow Kitty is dangerously low as well, though. But now, look, GMA are above on caps. Canadian Impact might go down, but Pincer loses 2 tanks, TK and Player 2000. Only Meow Kitty has gone down for GMA so far. Canadian Impact is dangerously low. Zerd looking for the kill. Canadian Impact putting in another shot before he goes down, and Zerd trying to push in for the kill, loses all of his HP, and he's going to go down. GMA now have another cap, and it looks like this game is going to go to them by cap. So I do believe that pushing with the cap advantage could have been a mistake for Pincer. They were pretty well set up as well for receiving any push, but instead the opposite happened. Pincer pushed and they bled for it as they crossed. Isolated tanks became the focus, and they lost the game on caps, lost tanks without picking up any kills. So first game gonna go down to GMA, or gonna go to GMA. First point, 1-0. GMA is in the lead here. And Pincer going to be taking a very similar lineup. They're going to be replacing a Vickers for a T22 though. Possibly to try to counter pick the Vickers Light that the GMA team has. It looks like they might be swapping some tanks again. Kami's going to be taking a 2 and 5B. We've got a Kranban again. T22. An E5, maybe 2 E5s and 2 IS4s. GMA are going to be taking a ton of IS4s. 6 IS4s out of the 7 slots on the team, and a Vickers Light for some mobility. Going to be swapping out the E100s. It's going to be more difficult for Pincer to work around those IS4s, just because it's a little bit harder to focus out one IS4 from 6 at the beginning, whereas it's a little bit easier to focus out like a specialty tank like the E100. Anyways, game 2 is going to be starting. Pincer did in fact ready up 2 E5s, so it's going to round out the lineup to 2 E5s, 2 IS4s, a Kranban, a T22, and a 2 and 5B. GMA look like they're going to be swapping or switching it up a little bit. Might be playing more towards the A cap. They've got IS4s heading that way. Player 2000 in the T22 medium going to be spotting up the A cap in place of the Vickers. Kami has been spotted pushing somewhat aggressively towards D, but he's not going to be pushing just yet because there's a lot of GMA tanks spotted so far. TK on the C cap will be able to take it. Meow Kitty might get reset actually, not getting on the cap just yet, taking his time to do so. Oh, Kami gets shot. Looks like into the top of the turret there. Player 2000 now slipping on the A cap. Mocha looking for a reset maybe. Won't be able to get there in time, and he's spotted. Player 2000 safely getting A. GMA now in the position that Pincer were in last game. Player 2000 getting shot once by Mocha. Zerd is going to be sitting behind player 2000 to sort of, or possibly bait anything coming in. Try to get that the T-22. Whitetail's going to be pushing in to this area. It actually doesn't get spotted for it, so he's going to get up to these ramps without getting spotted. Gets a shot into the back of Kami's turret. Dark Magician Girl and Doomy now going to be rotating a little bit. Dark Magician Girl might be a little bit alone here. Doomy turned around, puts a shot into Meow Kitty. Arctic now pushing up to help Whitetails, but it looks like they might go out for the isolation on Dark Magician Girl. Zerd putting in a shot from all the way downtown into Meow Kitty. As he rotates across, Dark Magician Girl bleeds a shot. Doomy now coming in to support. Arctic looks like he could take a shot here. A huge 508 AP roll from that IS-4 of Doomy. Dark Magician Girl pushing across, takes 2 shots for it, and it looks like a push is going to be called by Pincer, but it's a very split push. They've sent 2 IS-4s alone. They're managing to do pretty well, though, so far. Almost have Meow Kitty out of the game. Arctic now going to be the focus here. Zerd going to be the focus for GMA. More IS-4s coming in from GMA. Now going to be swarming Zerd. Bounce shot. Meow Kitty finally goes down in the back. Arctic goes down. Looks like Pincer are picking up kills, but the HP is not in their favor just yet. Somebody's getting crushed. I think the Mocha was crushing the T-22. Canadian Impact goes down. 1 gun advantage for Pincer so far. They need to make that work. Dark Magician Girl doing a good job of staying out of harm's way while being low HP. Assassin needs to back up and drag some IS-4s out of the fight maybe. Doomy getting blocked by Whitetails. Good play to him. Assassin takes 2 shots. Tommy now getting focused out in the Kranvan. Kakati is gonna be blocking for Assassin. Won't be shooting Kranvan of Tommy. Shoots Doomy instead. It looks like Pincer have this game on HP. They've got Mocha in the back trying to farm some damage, but won't be able to get any kills so far. And might get picked up by Kami here. If the 215B can find the angle, puts a shell in. Doesn't kill him, but leaves him on a 1 shot. So now it's just Whitetails and Kakati, but Whitetails goes down. 3 tanks had shots on him. Kakati now going to be focused out here. Mocha still trying to salvage the situation in the light, but goes down just as Kakati goes down. So Pincer able to pick that game up. Took the initiative with the IS-4s, pushed into good positions. GMA maybe a little bit late with their reinforcements. But they actually, with the 2 IS-4s, so what Pincer did is they pushed the 2 IS-4s and actually had the tanks that were on the ramp turn around, which basically meant the 215B, and the other tank that was over with him, I believe is the E5, maybe 2 E5s came in and shot those tanks in the back. So basically Pincer got the 2 IS-4s to make the GMA tanks turn around and made them easy kills. So game 2 goes to Pincer. Now going to be 1-all on the scoreboard. Next map going to be Winter Balanovka. I haven't seen this map played in this tournament just yet. Oh, this is going to be the first time for me. I'm sure it's been played before. But we're going to have 5 IS-4s on the side of GMA, an E100 and a Vickers Light. We've got an E100, a Mouse, a Kranvan, and 2 E5s, a T-22, and an IS-4 for the side of Pincer. Now, I believe Pincer will be trying to do something more towards the C cap, possibly towards B, with the 2 super heavies that they have. GMA are a little bit more flexible in terms of being able to get to positions early and keep them with the IS-4s that they have. I haven't really been watching the Kronvan and how it does so far. Maybe I'll pay a little bit more attention to what they do with it this game. But I don't feel like it's been anything too OP or broken just yet, so I might just be experimenting with it. It's a dangerous I feel like it's a dangerous time to be experimenting in this critical match. But we'll see if it works out for them. They might just change the meta. So on board with Canadian Impact in the U100. Looks like GMA are going to be playing a little bit more towards the A cap. Player 2000 in the T22 going to be spotting across from Mocha. Don't think he'll get spotted in the bush, but he overpeaked that to try to get a blind fire in. Mocha now going to be spotting him. The T22 spotted. He might have done that on purpose though. Tommy now spotted in the Kronvan. Kami as well. TK getting shot by Mocha. Mocha actually staying in the bush unspotted. We've got some the GMA tanks are pretty split up at this point. Pincer only have a mouse and an IS-4 out of the fight. It looks like Pincer are going to be taking the initiative. Mocha needs to get out of there, but will he be able to do so without losing all his HP? Gonna be crossing in the open. Gets shot only once. So he gets out there relatively unscathed. The Assassin is now on the C cap. Pincer has shown their hand that they're playing more towards the A cap. Zerd and player 2000 going to be spotted on the A cap. Nothing can reset them though. But GMA have a very slight cap advantage, so it's going to be first move advantage to GMA. Pincer might have to make a play towards them pretty soon. Kami getting shot in the E100 by Kakati in the IS-4. I'm not even sure who's spotting him. I believe it's Mocha in that Vickers, and it looks like it is. He has an angle there. He's the only one with the angle to spot him. Mocha pointing out sector 9, saying, I believe that Pincer tanks are probably rotating back to that area. We've got Whitetails and Meow Kitty now going to be pushing for the A-cap. Mocha gets spotted in the middle. Dark Magician Girl is going to be leading a charge towards the C-cap. GMA is not going to be able to respond to this, but they're going to be taking the A-cap from Pincer. Dark Magician Girl puts a shot into Assassin. Also going to be setting on the C-cap, but Kami gets nailed by Canadian Impact in that in that E100. Puts a big 640 shell into him. So basically it just swapped caps, but GMA were the first ones to do it. However, Doomy is going to be sitting on the B cap. If he can get this cap off, it's going to be very bad news for GMA, but he gets reset from Whitetails, might get shot by Canadian Impact as well. But Pincer, I believe, are going to be setting up to shoot anything, trying to shoot and reset Doomy. Doomy is getting hammered from Meow Kitty, Whitetails, and Canadian Impact. Has to back off of the B cap, and now loses almost all his HP, could go down even. Pincer need to make a very quick push because now they are down on cap by a good margin and have to push in for kills. Kakati crosses, needs to get safe, taking a lot of fire there, might go down pretty soon, but he could get safe in the B cap there. Gonna be looking for maybe some damage here, not sure what he's doing. He should be taking the time to get safe. Assassin gets pushed on by Zerd and Dark Magician Girl, but Zerd again pushing into the open, takes a lot of fire for it. He's going for the kill on Kakati, but it looks like he's doing it alone. I don't think this is going to be working out for him. Kami goes down in the back. He was very low. Tommy not going to be helping Zerd out, but Zerd goes down. TK takes a lot of HP, or takes a lot of hits as well. Arctic going to be looking to put a shot in, but completely botches his shot, rushes it as he rushes past him. Meow Kitty puts a shot into player 2000, but looks like GMA have this on caps and kills. Mocha goes down though, so, and TK looks like he's just about safe, but Whitetail is coming in for the kill, trying to get the gun depression, picks him off, and now Meow Kitty has to die for Pincer to have any chance. However, player gets knocked out by Canadian Impact, holding the angle there. Meow Kitty has to go down, but it's 2 tanks on 4 for Pincer. Dark Magician Girl putting in the kill shot on Meow Kitty, but it looks like he's going to get focused out now. Arctic low as well, but not dead in time for Pinsir. So Pinsir lose that game on the push there. GMA were able to get some good shots onto Doomy. I think if Pinsir had coordinated that push a little bit better, pushing in the IS-4s around towards Kakati and I believe it was Assassin in the back. If they had made that move first, then putting Doomy into the B cap would have been a little bit better. Again, I'm not exactly sure why Pinsir are keen on using the Kranvan, because so far I've seen the Kranvan struggling a little bit with the pushes. Again, the DPM definitely not helping it out. And if they wanted a Clipper to put some damage out in the pushes, I don't think that the Kranvan is the best choice. Kranvan definitely more suited to holding strats, making use of the hold down turret, or the turret while it's hold down. But even then, as we saw on the Faust games, even if the Kranvan is hold down, most people just shoot HE at the turret and get a good like 150 to 200 damage roll there, which I don't think a lot of tanks bleed that much to HE. That's one of the traits that it has on PC as well. Even though the turret is very strong, if you shoot HE near the bottom part, like the bottom half of the turret, it'll splash into the whole deck, which is definitely not armored. So you can get some good HE damage that way. But anyways, spawns are going to be swapped again. Winter Mal, same map. GMA sticking to 4 IS-4s, or 6 IS-4s and a Vickers Light, my mistake. We've got Pinsir taking 2 E5s, a Mouse, a Kranvan. I believe it was 2 IS-4s and a T22, or it could be 3 IS-4s. Yeah, 2 IS-4s and T22. Let's see here. Canadian Impact is calling out the A cap. Looks like they might be playing aggressively towards the A side. However, if they do so, it's going to be difficult for them to have defense on B. I believe they could just cap, Pinsir could just get onto the V cap very quickly and cap it using this building for cover and those as well. But looks like Assassin is going to be holding that angle in case they try to do that with Kakati for support. Meow Kitty as well, looks like he has an angle. No tanks have been spotted just yet, but Pinsir is going to show their hand very soon by stepping into the C cap. They will have a cap advantage for now. Assassin getting spotted in the back. Meow Kitty as well. Dark Magician Girl putting in a good shot from that bush. Early bleeds going in the favor of Pinsir. Assassin is pointing out Sector 3, saying that they are playing C. Dark Magician Girl gets shot by Assassin now. So the shot you bled earlier now being negated. Whitetails looking to put a shot into Doomy, wasn't able to pen, connected the shot, but didn't do any damage. Player 2000 looks like he's a little bit overextended back here. Don't remember if he's been spotted, but if he could get shot here by Canadian Impact and Arctic. It looks like Pinsir are making a huge rotation over that way though. Again, Pinsir have, oh, I thought they would have the cap advantage, but they don't. So they're going to be taking the initiative to make a push here, pushing way out into the open here. Gonna be rotating around towards the A cap. They might catch these IS-4s out. Looks like Canadian Impact is just turning around. Kami speed boosting his way towards them. Kami looking to maybe cut them off here. Arctic, there's another push going on though. Dark Magician Girl looks like he's hurting. Pinsir need to make the correct call here. They've lost all the caps. Now GMA have 3 caps to none. Pinsir have no caps. They need to figure out a push very quickly. It looks like it's going in here. Player 2000 leading the charge on Arctic and Canadian Impact. Now TK is going to be coming in and putting his HP into the game. Arctic bleeding a lot of HP. Dark Magician Girl looks like he's going to be the focus on the other side over there. Meow Kitty takes a lot of damage as well. Arctic now going to be going down, but the caps are ticking in the favor of GMA. Canadian Impact just going to do his best to try to waste as much time, runs into the wall there. Dark Magician goes down. 800 points of cap in favor of GMA. Kami's going to be the focus. Whitetail's going to be the focus for Pincer, but TK is very low. Kami looks like he might get knocked down pretty quickly here. Mocha takes a shot, goes down to Kami. Kami, though, looks like he doesn't have very long to live. Pincer got onto the A-cap now. Canadian Impact in a 1 versus 1. Picks off TK, though. 970 points of cap for GMA. They could pick up the win very shortly. They still have the C-cap and nothing from Pincer is going to be able to get there. Tommy is working his way towards it, though, but he's going to be out of the fight then. Canadian Impact has the chance to pick up player 2000. Zerd needs to block him. Canadian Impact actually going to be looking for a shot on Doomy, it looks like. Doomy gets double tapped. 1 shot away from losing Pincer. 2 shots go in to Doomy. Don't pen though. Meow Kitty has the kill, and that is going to clutch the game for GMA. So, at the end of the game, you saw the caps, how influential they were. Obviously, they made Pincer push in, but at the same time, they split Pincer's forces, so you saw that Tommy had to go in the Kronvan over towards the C-cap to slow it down. And you had player 2000 had to get onto the A-cap to slow that one down. Doomy as well had to get on B, so that's basically 3 tanks completely split up. GMA had the advantage there in that they could sit back on their cap and just pick off anyone that was trying to slow it down. So, Pincer 1 game away from losing. GMA 1 away from winning here. Hellas is going to be the map. It's going to be the second newest, or the second most recent map to be introduced to Blitz. We've got 6 IS4s again readied up for GMA. Mocha going to be taking the Sheridan. Pincer are going to be keeping the Kronvan. Killer's going to be taking it though this time. 3 E5s, 2 IS4s, and a Vickers Light. Tommy going to be taking the mobility. So Hellas is a map that most teams are not as comfortable on as possibly some other maps, just because of how recent it was introduced. But in any case, it's going to be in this tournament, and Pincer need to pick up a win. At this point, they need to pick up 3 wins back to back to back to pick up this set against GMA. But should GMA end up winning this game, or one of the next 3, then Pincer's top 4 run could very well be over. So it looks like GMA is going to be playing towards the A-cap as well as maybe towards C, but they don't have quite as much mobility as Pincer might have. Pincer's going to be sending Tommy onto the B-cap, it seems. Oh. Arctic is going to be spotted. Tommy is in the open, but not spotted until now. Tommy might get shot. Whitetail's looking for a shot on him, puts one in. Could have been 2 shots bled there, but not going to be the case. We've got pretty much the entire Pincer team spotted at this point. Only Killer in the Kronvan hasn't been spotted because of how slow that thing goes. Assassin getting good spots off on the middle there, so Pincer's entire force has been spotted at this point. I don't think this is going to go very well for them. GMA now have A, getting B, and all they have to do now is defend their bases. So this is not a good situation for Pincer at all. Assassin has a pretty good nest here. Gets shot once by Zerd, but he's pretty much the only person that has shots, or reliable shots, and even then I don't think it's a reliable shot at all. Canadian Impact going to be holding this angle from the bridge. Kakati perhaps a little bit overextended, but has the support of Whitetails for now. Pincer need to make a rotation, and they're scrambling to get their tanks into good places to do so. We've got basically 3 tanks here set up, looking for a kill, but Tommy gets spotted in the back and bleeds almost all his HP at this point, down to 483 HP. That's definitely not what you want. And actually, GMA is going to be taking the initiative here to push. I don't know why they're doing so, because now Canadian Impact is low. Zerd is low now, though. Looks like they're pushing Zerd and Player 2000 on that other side there. Canadian Impact going to be holding the line with Meow Kitty. Zerd looking very low. Tommy has now put himself into that mix there. Could get shot by Arctic. Arctic won't have a shot, though. Zerd still has not gone down. Kakati looking for a shot. Could get the kill on Zerd, able to do so now. Pincer in a really, really bad position. Kami has lost his ammo rack and won't be able to replace it because you've got 2 consumables there, and it must have used his other repair. Killer gonna be putting shots into Canadian Impact, but gonna be shooting one at a time with the Kronvan. Canadian Impact looks like he's going down, but Tommy gets picked off by Mocha in the Sheridan, and GMA have 3 caps at this point. I don't see any way that Pincer win this at this point. Assassin might go down. Dark Magician goes down first, though. TK looking very low as well. Meow Kitty is still not dead, despite pushing into Pincer. Assassin finally goes down. Assassin saying GG's in the chat. And yeah, the game is over. Possibly a little bit of BM there. Calling out TK specifically. But yeah, that last game was definitely GMA's game from the beginning, and again, they get the 2 caps off very quickly, and Pincer's entire force gets spotted pushing towards the C cap. GMA had all the information they needed to make a solid play anywhere they wanted, basically. They didn't even have to make a push, but they saw that they had an isolation on the 2 E5s there. Zerd getting focused out very quickly. And yeah, basically how Pincer lost that game there. So let's check the rest of the standings here, but oops. Rain looks like they picked up a win against Shiro, 4-0. Next match is going to be Ishtar versus Rain. I believe we're going to be watching this one as well. Rain still undefeated at this point. Speed actually won against Ishtar 4-0. So we've got Ishtar as well, possibly in a tight spot for getting into Type 4. Need to win this game here. Ishtar versus RGN. Pincer, as we just saw. Well, GMA, let's see here. Go down the leaderboard, basically. GMA just picked up a win against Pincer. That's going to give them 4 points. Is that 4 points? Yeah. 4 points on the board. Something doesn't add up here. Oh, no. Yeah, 4 points on the board. Speed has 4 points on the board as well. Rain has 5. And Ishtar have 3. We'll see Ishtar's next game. So they're going to be facing off against Rain as well as MM. Pincer going to have games against Shiro and Rain, so I believe Pincer are going to win this matchup here. So that should put them up to 3 points. Then Pincer versus Rain, we'll say even if they win this matchup, which is going to be a difficult fight for them, even if they win this match, that's only going to put Pincer up to 4 points. Ishtar as well, I don't know if they're going to win this game here. They very well could, though. But I do believe they're going to beat MM. Again, I can't be for certain, but the max amount of points that Ishtar gets, oops. the maximum amount of points that Ishtar gets is going to be 5. Realistically, I'd say they get 4 though. And realistically, I'd say that Pinster gets 3. So, as it stands right now, I think the top 4 is going to be Rain, Speed, GMA, and Ishtar. We'll just check the rest of these, but for making into top 4, it doesn't really matter at this point. MM versus 7 Rats has not finished yet. 7 Rats still looking to put 1 on the board. Haven't finished against MM as well. Or shoot, well, we just saw that. Shiro still haven't put 1 on the board either. I'm gonna be facing off against Pincer next. Let's reload this and see if everything is updated. So GMA win has not been put to their name just yet, so they should have 4 points here. Yeah, that hasn't finished up yet, so I guess we'll go into some pub games just to do something in the meanwhile. Play the Leo. Just because I enjoy the Leo. Might as well use this premium certificate. So let's see here. Alright, let's see here. We got Dynasty's Pearl. Enemy has E100, Real Sheridan, 30 Proc, Yak Tiger, M103, and M46. Now, the reason I like going to this area first is because it's actually relatively safe as long as you don't go pushed from somewhere else. Or pushed on like right away. And you get to spot basically the entire map. You spot the heavies coming out this way, and if you go this way, you can spot a good area of the medium side. Or a good portion. And you can, even if something does push you, in a 1 versus 1, you can like work the steps area and just like cut them apart if you play it well. Some of the most fun brawls I've had are on this map, actually, playing this area. Saw Pro break something there. We gotta be careful of the Pro because it looks like he's looking to put a shot into me. Try to get this M46 here. We had to trade, but it's not a big deal. This Sheridan is going to get into a losing battle as long as I get my shots in. It looks like the E100 is going to be helping him, but we can just chill here. Trying to get the track shot on, but wasn't able to do so. Looks like the E100 is going to be able to pick me off, though. Yeah, I probably should have backed around that corner, but even then it would have been tough there. No, it didn't really work out. Normally you have like a friendly sitting back there, that would have been helping, but I wasn't paying attention to the map. Let's see what damn that does here. Trying to put a clip into the 100. Puts one in, gets a good track shot off. He has a chance to kill the grill now, as soon as he reloads. Waiting for that shot. Might get shot here. Able to get a clutch shot in though. Pretty good shot there, not gonna lie. Might be able to pick up the Yak Tiger as well, but the Yak Tiger has some crazy frontal armor now. He might have to shoot heat at the front. It's gonna be side scraping, but he gets penned in the upper portion of this hole. So they're not the best things for side scraping, just because you have to expose a pennable portion of the hole. AMX 50, 120 rams the 100 for a little bit more damage. Gonna bounce off the rear actually. He had two shots. He could have picked them off, but again, he bounces that shot. VK looks like he has a kill, and E100 goes down. Let's see, we've got about 24-25 minutes until the next games, I believe. And we can check the tournament standings here again. So GMA have been credited with their win now. I'm not sure if this actually takes into account head-to-heads. Well, GMA versus Speed, so GMA has not done the head-to-head against Void just yet, so I think this is just arbitrary, their placement here. Ishtar got credited their win. I don't think these games have finished up just yet. Looks like MM actually lose to 7 Rats, so 7 Rats picking up their first point of the tournament against MM. So that should be all of the matches accounted for now. And now it's just waiting for the next match to start up. And again, invite should be out in about 20 minutes. One to one says suicide question mark. Not sure if he was pointing out to go that side or if he's gonna YOLO that side. We'll see what his intentions are. Anyways, they have 2 mediums here. We can get the overmatch on this side. Should be pretty good for us. We don't have the heavies to contest the other side very well. See if we can get this leopard. Spots me over the rails. He gets tracked by the 121B. Looks like he's just going to be sitting at that house there. I don't want to get shot very much, so I'm going to be crossing this specific manner. Get an HE shell into the side of the leopard, and we're going to be looking to make our rotation because he's going to be dead. Maushin looks like he's getting shot from the heavy side over that way, so we're going to be looking to maybe intercept these tanks coming, but we also want to keep track of the rest of our team, make sure they don't just completely abandon us, as it looks like is happening. So we have to play this carefully for now. I'm going to stay close to the motion at least so we're not free kill. And now we can hold back here. Just gonna wait for the VK, but it looks like the 57 is poking first. I know that Sheridan is back there, but he doesn't have the gun handling to get a very good shot on him, so I'm just gonna be poking out the difficult to pen area of my hold here. See if we can bait a shot from him. But it doesn't look like he's going to be woken just yet. Maybe we can start aggressing on this side here and help our team work on this VK-72. Sheridan has revealed himself to have moved up. We're gonna see if we can avoid taking damage from this VK, and we're able to do so. Get a shot into the MO's drive wheel, and he's gonna be tracked now. 57 looking to put a clip into him. There's one more. We'll just shoot HE for the. Oh, thought it was a guaranteed kill, but guess not. Anyways, we kind of let him get away, which don't want to do, but it's not going to make a huge difference for this battle. Not sure what the Sheridan is doing here. I think he could dance with me, or he thought he could dance with me, but wasn't able to do so.
Enemy vehicle knocked out.
Alright. E4 is one of those tanks I like because it's pretty flexible in terms of armor. It's not very fast, and the gun depression isn't very good, and the armor isn't that great, but I feel like, well, at least for me, it's flexible enough. Like, the turret and the gun, pretty much all it needs. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it getting a buff, but I think it's a decent tank. Definitely not used in tournaments though, because any tournament player can pretty much butter the cupola and pretty much the entire tank. Save maybe the upper plate and the mantlet. But those are pretty easy to avoid if you know where to shoot, so again, that's why it's not used very much. Trying to decide which other tank I want to take. I'll play the Bat Chat. Just reading the chat back right now. A lot of talk about the crown van that Pincer was using, and again, if they had like a hold strat going on and they were able to slow down the game, I feel like the crown van could have made more of a difference. But in the way that their games were going and the way that GMA was forcing them to play, I don't think the crown van had much of a use in those games. Would have been better off just using an IS-4, I think. Another IS-4. Anyways, for this game, we're pretty evenly matched in the desert area here. They have a 1-2-1 and a light tank, T-92E1, but they've got a 1-2-1. I might get hit here from tank destroyers in the back. We're just going to be seeing if we can bait the 1-2-1 out and move into our STB. Lawful saying move mediums. Our heavy tanks didn't come this way, but I don't think I spotted any of their heavies either. However, our heavies are pushing way aggressively and haven't spotted anything, so looks like now is the time to rotate out of here. As you can see here, looks like that was the play. I'm being really slow to aim shots right now. Unfortunately, I have to split my clip to get any shots. which normally you want to focus out a tank, but wasn't able to do so there. It's not the best situation here, because we've got a tank disadvantage now. And they can now get crossfire on us from that area because we don't have anyone to push them back. So what we're gonna have to do is push into the dunes and see if we can pick up kills and start crossfiring them from like the airplane area. At least that's what I'm gonna try to do. Unfortunately, our 57 Heavy goes down without even being able to pick up the T-30. Their E5 just sitting up there is going to be picking up the Yag. Oh no, he doesn't. Our Yag goes down now though. Don't want to face the E5 alone. We're going to be looking for this Wasp Traeger. But we missed our first shot. We were shooting on the move and we missed our second. Because I'm bad at aiming. See if we can get around him, but I think he should have a reload pretty soon. Trying to do juke a shot, but he's very patient. 1-2-1 bounces off of us. Juke got the wall or the WZ. Now we're gonna be trying to get away from him because he will tear me apart with his DPM. But there's nowhere else to go, so might as well take the fight here. That's a good HE shell into me. See if we can use the terrain to avoid some damage against the 1-2-1, but it's gonna be unlikely. And we just get double HE'd. Not much we could do there. So we've got about 10 minutes until the next invite is out. I think just check, or I'll just check to make sure. But that's how it should be. Yep. So we're gonna be going into maybe 1 or 2 more pub games. We'll try the Vickers before that goes. Alright, let's see. Falls Creek. Not a big fan of this map, but it's alright. 62 says heading left, and we're going to be going that way as well. They have a bad shot, 2 amulets, and an STB. We have 1 more medium, but one of them's going to be playing really passively. So let's see what we can do here. Our heavies actually look like one of them is coming this way. I picked that bush a little bit poorly. Fortunately, I didn't completely botch it though. Batchat was in that bush there. Maybe we can get a shot into him, but I don't think he'll be over peeking that. He can punish the STB if he tries to get a shot into our 62A, as he did. For some reason, he's going for a blind hit on me, and he got the waffle in the back. As why not? Why not? Anyways, let's see what we can do here. 62A pushing aggressively, isn't really getting a whole lot of damage out. Fortunately, try to put a shot into the Batchat, wasn't able to do so, but at least we don't get hit in return. You're just gonna be sitting there looking for a shot. He's only got one in the clip though. Or he's reloading, so we can push a little bit aggressively. Oop. And we're gonna have to because we're losing tanks on the other side. So, but they have a Waffenträger in the far back that won't get spotted, so this situation's not very good for us. No idea how that doesn't pen the side of his turret, but it's okay, right? Finally the bat check goes down. Big shot goes in from the 183. I did. Well, the Waffle in the back there has pretty good shots. We don't want to push. Well, we're going to be pushing across to him anyways. And I was going to say you don't want to push across to him because the STB can just farm you as you cross and while you're killing him. And the 183 can shoot you as you cross while you're killing him. But obviously our teammates aren't thinking about that, so we're going to be going. It's just us left at this point. I'm just gonna be YOLO. I want to get out of this game. It went right through and did no damage. Waffle did a really good job of just sitting in the back and farming. Crates are the optimal route of economic investment. I don't... well, let's see. Are these crates that good? Apparently they give you a lot of gold. But I don't know if I really want to try though. And I think it's this one actually that gives you the gold. Contain, or they're both the same. So maybe with the gold box I'll do that. I don't want to play Vickers. Let's play Yag because this is a meme tank. They've got Hellas here. With our 57 get home. Just having no luck with teams today. It looks like Grill makes a terrible poke and gets deleted for it. We need to make a push here, but the Bosch is in a decent position. 183 trying to get a shot on me, but I'm gonna be doing this instead too. It looks like they're bleeding out, so it's not all over yet, but our team is bleeding out too, so they're making it not easy for us. Ooh, I botched that shot. Bosch is looking to put a shot into me. He's going to be very patient in doing so. I don't have the gun depression to shoot him actually. But I think at this angle he can't defend me. Go back up to see if we have a clear shot on him. angle a little bit to get a bounce off tracks.
Wir haben die Kette
3100 is bleeding out.
Geradeaus.
Looks like our 57 is flanking the Foch, so I'm not going to bother with him yet. And we're going to be pushing this I-7 instead. I-7 keeps poking out just a little bit too far. I don't think he's going to do it anymore. Yeah, I don't think this is a win.
Kritischer Treffer.
Make the grill. I think we're not going to be going away.
Wir sind bewegungsunfähig. Wirkungstreffer.
Gonna be angling as much as we can, putting us a shot into our upper engine deck.
Richtschütze ausgefallen. Wir
His grill is dead to rights though. And maybe we can get another shot on this IS-7. Gonna be angling to get a bounce here. In getting the shot, he was able to get one on us, and we're dead.
Fahrzeug zerstört.
But that's okay, because the invite is basically out now. We'll see a little bit to see if this 57 clutches. Who knows? Nope, he's just sitting there. Well, he wasn't able to pull it off, unfortunately. Nope. Gotta change our tank. Wrong invite. Okay. Second game of tonight, we're going to be watching RGN facing off against Ishtar. This could be a critical match as well, because if Ishtar managed to win this game, then they're basically guaranteed to get into top 4 at this point. Let me actually do the math here. Just be as simple as this. So Ishtar, if they win one more game, they will have 4 points. Insert need to win both of their next matches to get 4 points. However, Pincer win on the head-to-head. So, by no means is this a guarantee. If Ishtar win this game, it's still going to be difficult. It's still up to chance if they get into top 4. We're gonna be on the map Castilla first. We've got 2 E5s ready up for RGN, 3 IS4s, 268, and the Vickers Light. Now we've got, for Ishtar, we've got 4 E5s, a Vickers Light, and 2 IS4s. Now, Castilla can be an interesting map. Ishtar have the south spawn, RGN have the north spawn. RGN are most likely going to put the 268 up north somewhere and park it in the back, covering some lanes, maybe covering either the C cap or possibly the A cap. I would think RGN's going to put it in the back defending the A cap. Or not defending, but like just getting shots on the A cap. Maybe RGN's going to be making an aggressive play towards A and B, maybe. Ishtar, though, they've got a ton of E5s. They might play super aggressively on A, and the 268 might not even matter at that point. If the E5s push into good positions, the 268 will have very limited shots. And RGN might not have enough tanks there to... there in time to be able to push the E5s back. But even still, the math would work out there that the 268 basically does not exist. If Ishtar put a bunch of tanks on the A cap, or like the A area in the castle, they might well be able to bleed RGN's tanks enough and win the game. However, if the 268 is parked kind of like on the hill in the far back and not where I think it's gonna be, then it would have shots on the E5s there. But anyways, let's see how it goes down. RGN versus Ishtar kicking off now. Second to last match for Ishtar. If they win this game, they're in such a good position to make it into top 4. So RGN are going to be splitting up a little bit. We've got his Royal Fatness in the Vickers Light, going to be sitting up on this hill. I believe he's just going to be sitting around here to spot the B cap. We've got a ton of Ishtar tanks going to be moving towards the A cap here. Bunch of speed boosting E5s, 4 of them. Got Jerry Zhao in the IS-4 as well as Raigai trying to get over towards A cap maybe. I think they're going to park Jerry Zhao resetting this B cap here. Can't be shook in the back is spotted by Unique in that Vickers Light. Gets some good information off. Unique putting in a blind fire towards the rock. Gets spotted for it though. So they have this worked out. Ishtar are going to be blind firing the positions where RGN might have some tanks spotting here. The Sky Warrior gets shot by Can't Be Shook in that IS-4 all the way across. RGN's going to be stepping onto the A cap. Mako might have some resets, but that's what Hated Fate is there, hopefully to punish him if he tries resetting. James needs to get the reset now. Mako not getting the reset off. Gets a good heat shell into the top of his turret. Hated Fate with the shots, possibly, if they try to do that again, could punish for it. Puts a big shell into him. Dragon Creek, though, takes another shot of damage. TJF Blue looking to punish Mako as well, but they've got... The Ishtar team has 2 E5s sitting there to shoot anything that tries to peek there. Ishtar were able to put 2 tanks on the B cap and cap it, so now RGN are going to have to make a move here. Zeta now spotted in the B reset spot, gets shot once for it, but puts a shot into Raigai. Unique now spotted in the Vickers, going to be forced off the C cap. But at this point it really doesn't matter, even if RGN takes C, which is extremely difficult to do. Ishtar still have the cap advantage, and it looks like Ishtar is just going to be rotating their E5s out, possibly foreseeing that RGN is going to be making a play towards C. So some pretty good rotations going on for Ishtar. It looks like they could have this game in the bag. As it is, Can't Be Shook actually going to be pushing super aggressively here. Proxy is Ekishiyu. Can't Be Shook now spotting a lot of Ishtar tanks here, so Ishtar's rotation has been spotted by Can't Be Shook. James Zoe gonna be running away from the hill as fast as he can, but he's gonna be actually sticking with the Sky Warrior to waste as much time as he can. Can't Be Shook now gonna be pushed on, gonna be pushing out of here though, could make a sneaky escape. Raigai gonna be down to 947 HP. Can't Be Shook gonna be the focus for Ishtar. Could go down here. Zeta as well gonna be trying to help out. Oh, a lot of damage going into Jerry's out. Hated Fate in the 268 rotated up. They're able to pick up Raigai. RGN Can't Be Shook though. Looks like he might go down to Jerry. Zeta trying to block as much as he can, and a low roll goes into him. 3 HP. still in Can't Be Shook's reservoir. We've got James doing a good job of staying alive. Dragon Krieg looking very low. Unique is in a very good crossfiring position. Rain have bled a lot of HP, but Ishtar have managed to bleed even more. Mako, or we've got Eki gonna be working on Hated Fate, but he's a 2-shot to Hated Fate. Hated is 3 for Shiyu. Oh, and max roll goes into him. His raw fatness looking to help Hated Fate with the Vickers. Dragon Krieg goes down in the back. TJF Blue finally picks up James. Eki goes down to Hated Fate. Mako goes down, and it looks like Ishtar don't have this game anymore. They lost too many tanks here. RGN managed to make some pretty good rotations. Ishtar just wasn't able to pick up enough kills without bleeding too much for it. Unique putting in some pretty good shots there, actually. Padu might go down to Sky Warrior. TGF Blue looking to finish him off, has the advantage here, sets him on fire. Now Unique is going to be pushed out, but it looks like this game is going to go to RGN. Ishtar did make it very close though. Pat is drifting around as TGF Blue picks up the kill. TJ going to be speed roost ramming Unique and picks up the final kill. So Ishtar played that game pretty well actually. Able to pick up the win though. God, the 268 being able to get some really good shots in and played Battle Tank Destroyer later in the game, was able to move up and do even more damage. That's what the 268 is pretty good for. It used to be the original main battle tank almost. After it got buffed in one of the patches to have more gun depression and more gun arc. Some tanks going offline for RGN, possibly game crashed, but back into the game. We've got RGN is readying up a Kranvan, interestingly enough. Castilla might be the map to do so because of the gun depression opportunities it has. But again, it might be too slow to do anything useful. If it were a little bit faster, it could be useful for getting A resets, but again, I don't think it's fast enough to do so effectively. Or they might have the Vickers get the initial A resets and then put the Kranvan to basically keep guard of it. But anyways, we'll see what they end up doing with it. Interested to see it. They've got 2 E5s, a Kranvan, 3 IS4s, and a Vickers Light readied up for RGN. Ishtar are going to have 3 E5s, a 50B, a 140, a T22, and an IS4. This looks like a very push lineup. I believe they would be pushing the C cap from south, or from north. North C pushes are pretty uncommon, but who knows? They might be pushing aggressively for the A cap and trying to clear anything up on the castle. On board with Can't Be Shook, now going to be going into the free cam. Ishtar are going to be speed boosting a lot of tanks over towards C. Let's see what they're doing here. We've got Eki Shiyu going to be leading the charge in the E5. Just going to be spotting for now, peeking his head out. Hated Fate going to be tapping on the Sector 9. Going to be... Well, he's saying that Ishtar are going to be playing towards that side. Unique is going to be manning B resets in case anything from RGN tries to get on that cap. His Royal Fatness is going to be sitting very far back, getting spots into C possibly. Don't know if he has a view range for that though, especially if they cap from this side. But if they do cap from that side, maybe Hated Fate has the spots. Rai Guy gonna be sitting up on the A hill here. We got him on the castle. Can't Be Shook gonna be sitting in an A reset spot. Normally anything that's like back up there would be able to shoot it, but Ishtar don't have anybody there to do so. TJF Blue is spotted in the E5, in the back manning the A resets. Guy going to be the only tank spotted for Ishtar so far, I believe. Jerry's out now, spotted in the IS-4 up on the C hill. Skyward is going to be pushing up in the E5. Blind fire goes in from James towards the bush here. Zeta was not there just yet though. Zeta getting spots on Skyward though. So Ishtar, while they showed a very push lineup, aren't going to be making any pushes just yet. Jerry now spotting Hated, now spotting Jerry. Jerry sneaks a shot into the side of Hated Fate's turret. Hated Fate bleeding another shot to Unique in the 140. Hated now down to 1927 HP. Zeta is spotted in the Kranvan, but I don't think a lot of RGN tanks have been spotted either. His Royal Fatness is going to be sitting back there. Looks like he spotted Guy as he pushed around. Not sure what each team is going to be going for. Unique. Well, each team are playing a Captain Nile strategy. But you can't win the game solely off of that. You're going to need to get a kill or get a cap. So, unless they're playing for draws, which I sincerely doubt, each team is going to have to make a play somewhere if they want to win. Or that could just be the strategy. Just wait until the enemy team makes a mistake and punish them heavily for it. Guy keeps getting spotted in the back, but his Royal Fatness, while he does have a shot on him when he pokes, he's not going to shoot. Gonna keep pretty good discipline there. If he gets or if he shoots, he's going to get spotted there and will give up the position almost indefinitely. Unique spotted again in the 140. I don't know who spotted him all the way back there. Must have been Dragon Krieg, and he's got and he just backed up. Looks like RGN now going to be rotating towards the C cap. Almost the same idea as what happened with Ishtar last game. So RGN are going to be making a move towards C. Ishtar looks like they're going to be making a move towards A. Guy going to be coming across, see if he can spot anything. Ishtar are going to find out very soon that RGN have pulled off the A cap, but they're hesitant to make any moves just yet. Ishtar have mostly cleared out from C now. I don't think they could get any solid resets on C should RGN try to get onto it. The Sky Warrior is going to be trying to spot anything from this side here. Again, Fatness still just staying patient and keeping that side spotted for TJF Blue. Guy going to be creeping along even further towards this side. Now going to be called onto the A cap. Looks like RGN are going to be down on cap. As soon as Guy gets onto the cap, though, it's going to trigger a reaction from RGN. It looks like RGN are actually going to be going before then. Unique going to be getting onto the A cap. Skyward going to be spotted, playing aggressively on TJF Blue. Shots going towards each other, but not penning. RGN are just going to be pushing straight through. We've got 2 minutes left on the game clock. Shots going into Zeta as he pushes across. Fadu and Zeta, 2 tanks only, pushing across. Can't be sure getting the C cap, but gets reset by HE right before he can do so. Hey, TJF Blue gonna be pushed away from his position. RGN just bleeding a lot of HP here without getting the cap or any kills or any damage. Hated Fate now bleeding some more. Looks like he's pretty trapped here actually. James and Ekishuyu gonna be working with Sky Warrior and Guy to take him out of the game. TJF Blue coming behind him to try to block any damage. Hated Fate trying to get the shot in before he goes down. Goes down though, and now it's going to be up to RGN to pick up another kill to to basically tie up the caps again. But it looks like TJF Blue is just another kill there. Most of RGN tanks are working on Jerry, but he is an isolated tank, so they won't have any more kills after that. Meanwhile, Ishtar picked up a kill on TGF Blue, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up Dragon Krieg as well. But wow, Unique takes so much damage there. Unique is now basically a 2-shot for the IS-4s and E5s. James now also very dangerously low. Caps now in the favor of Ishtar again. RGN would have to kill all the tanks at this point to win the game, but that's definitely not going to happen. They don't have any HP to push with, and Fatness goes down in the back. Shots going in across from the B cap. Ishtar have this game on positioning, HP, and caps. Only 30 seconds left on the game timer. Shiyu goes down, but Fadu is bleeding heavily for it. Fadu might go down, goes down to Raigai. Raigai doing a pretty good flank there. Zeta only has one shot in the clip for him. Ishtar definitely have this game at this point. 2 guns on 5. We're gonna be tying up the series at 1-1 now. Ishtar being very patient, but made the right rotation. RGN just didn't have anything to push with, and well, they had the tanks to push with. They did a push on that C cap, but they weren't able to do anything after that, after they picked up the kill in the corner there. And they bled heavily for trying to get back to the B cap. They also left some tanks to die. Hated Fate was not able to get back into cover of his teammates before going down. As well as TJF Blue and Dragon being picked off after that. TJF Blue came in to try to help him out, but it was a lost cause at that point. Basically just threw another tank away. Dragon as well got caught out there, really couldn't, or he could have backed out, but he was trying to do some damage as well. Wasn't able to stay safe. So RGN not putting their tanks in good positions there, lost a lot of tanks and didn't pick up just as much in return. Next map going to be played will be Fort Despair. RGN have readied up 5 IS-4s and 2 E5s. Ishtar going to be taking 3 IS-4s, a 215B, a Vickers Light, and a Ho-Ri. They're going to be playing the same spawn that they beat... which team was it that they beat? Well, we watched it on stream. I believe it was Pincer, actually. I think I had it wrong. Ishtar win against Pincer in the head-to-head, should be. So they're going to be taking the same lineup that they beat Pincer with in the tiebreaker. And we'll see if it can work against RGN's lineup here. So Ishtar's strategy is going to be battle-tested yet again. They actually swapped the Ho-Ri for a 57 though. And honestly, I think that's a pretty decent choice. 57 can put out a ton of damage very quickly. It's got HP of a heavy, and it has even more clip potential than the Ho-Ri has alpha. Vickers of Ishtar is going to be spotting this window area here. Mako now going to be manning C resets. RGN are going to be playing towards the A cap though. Ishtar might have the chance to step onto the C cap right away though. Dragon Creed spotted on the barracks across from Mako. Sky Warrior might be pushing towards the C cap, but it looks like RGN are actually going to get onto the B cap very quickly. Nothing from Ishtar will be able to reset that. Raigai making himself spotted, tries to put a shot into Zeta, won't be able to connect though. RGN are going to have the cap advantage at this point. Jerry taking a shot of damage from Can't Be Shook, I believe, here in the IS-4. Dragon Krieg, a little bit isolated though. RGN are going to have to take care in not losing him completely for free. Dragon needs to make himself a hard target though. At the same time, he can't just give himself up. Sky Warrior going to be looking to put a shot into him and initiate the push. We've got Fadu backing him up, but 2 tanks against possible 4 will not be a winning push for RGN, or winning defense. And actually, Ishtar are going to be rotating some tanks over towards the B cap, possibly, maybe towards A. RGN going to be rotating a lot of tanks back to help Dragon out. Zeta gets caught out. Clipped by the 57 in the back there. Dragon Creek bleeds. Ishtar is going to be rotating off of the C-cap though. Zeta going to be worked on by Ekishiyu, as well as Keniotsu Hater in the 57. Raigai might have some shots as well. But I think Zeta is just going to waste as much time as he can there, but he's going to bleed out very quickly. Hated Fate going to be helping him out, but I don't think that's the best choice again. Blocks him. Zeta and Hated Fate now going to be two pretty easy pickups there. Sky Warrior looks like he's the focus for RGN, but is pretty safe at the moment. Can't be shook, pushing in across. Nate takes a lot of damage in the eyes for Fadu, trying to do as best he can to block for him. RGN are just bleeding points of bleeding a lot of HP at this point. Nate the Great, basically a one-shot now, goes down to Mako in the 2 and 5 Bs. James goes down 2 HP. Can't be shook. Looks like he might have the kill on Sky Warrior. Keniotsu Hater with a full clip, might clip out Fadu though. One more shot in the clip, could pick him up. Gets him. Mako actually putting a good shot to kill him from across the side. And now it's now 3 guns on 4 for RGN. Keniotsu Hater looks like he's putting himself into the mix. Could go down if Can't Be Shook puts in an HE shell here. Not able to pen the HE on him. Keniotsu Hater being able to turn his pull just in time. TJF Blue bleeding some HP. Dragon Creek is going to be the focus next. Keniotsu Hater goes down, but TJF Blue now down to 382 HP. Dragon Creek tries putting a shot into Mako, but completely fluffs it. Can't Be Shook doing as best as he can to block for him, but Dragon Creek is looking like he's in trouble. Raigai putting in a pretty good shot into DJF Blue to pick him off. Can't Be Shook bouncing a shot off Mako. Dragon tracking him, but at this point it's 1 versus 3. Ishtar have this game. Can't Be Shook going down finally to Mako and Ekishiyu. Raigai was sitting on the C-cap, coming in to help as well. So again, I'm not sure why RGN keeps throwing tanks away. You had the E5 trying to go in and help out the IS-4, but at that point the IS-4 was basically a goner. He was very low on HP, and there were 3 tanks working on him. I guess the idea there was to waste as much time as he could, because Hated Fate did end up taking a lot of time to go down. And it would have been a long time for Hated Fate to rotate all the way over to the C-cap to help with that brawl either way. So I think that was the thought process there. But again, wasn't a positive trade. RGN wasn't able to pick up kills on the other side as well. Ishtar made a good rotation away from the C-cap as RGN showed their hand, showing that they were going to push there. So Ishtar kind of baited them with the solo IS-4 pushing aggressively. I believe it was the Sky Warrior who pushed up aggressively on Dragon. Made it look like Ishtar were going to be playing aggressively on C, and that RGN could win that brawl there. But it turned out that Ishtar were actually covering for the Sky Warrior from good positions on that C-cap. RGN pushed basically into a defense. So that looked like it was a pretty good setup for Ishtar. And a good rotation as well. Lineup's going to be 4 IS-4s, 2 E5s, and a mouse for RGN. Ishtar going to be taking 4 IS-4s, a Chieftain Mark 6, and double mice. Ishtar now up 2-1 against RGN. If they're able to pick up this win, then they're in a really, really good position for top 4. I believe, yeah, if they pick up this win, it's basically game over insert. Got RGN tanks moving over towards the C-cap here. Zeta might take up a B reset spot around here. Ishtar tanks are going to be pushing, or Ishtar's going to be taking, looks like 3 IS force towards the A corner over here. Jerry's out in the mouse, resetting B. RGN going to be taking a strategy more towards the C side, it looks like, but they've got a lot of tanks spread out. Kenny Otsuhader takes a shot in the mouse as he crosses. James now spotted in the far back. Mako taking up the encounter cap area. Zeta has resets on Jerry Zhao. Here, just needs to poke to do so, but he's gonna wait a little bit more. Baits a shot out from the mouse. Mouse just got off of B, so Zeta's just gonna hold his shot until he absolutely needs to reset. Actually gets a good shot onto the turret of the mouse there. Keeping an eye on the minimap to see if there are any rotations going in. RGN were able to cap the C before, and it looks like Jerry's gonna take B. He was able to cap with the cover of that little broken wall there. Zeta didn't have a reset shot, so either way, RGN were able to take B, or take C before Ishtar took A. So now Ishtar needs to make a rotation and make a push. However, they have 2 mice that they can work with. Maybe just throw them into the center while they rotate towards C. And it looks like that's going to be the play that they're going to be working towards. So yeah, if they are going to make this push, I think they're just going to push the mice like maybe in through here to split the RGN focus and try to pincer them. But in any case, they want to push the mice in first so that they're the attention. RGN though, looks like they're going to be rotating away from C completely, and they might just take A as well as B and kind of trap Ishtar while picking up their mice on the B area. I lost track of the Ishtar IS force, and it looks like the ones still spotted there, they actually didn't rotate off. They're waiting for RGN to make a move maybe, since they know RGN are pretty quick at rotating. Maybe they were trying to catch them mid-rotation. So actually, Ishtar looks like they're playing some pretty good mind games here. A lot of RGN takes spotted, and they're going to be pushing in towards the corner there. Ishtar might have some pretty good opportunities for damage. Mako going to be pushing on Dragon Krieg. A lot of Ishtar tanks going to be pushing on Dragon Krieg. Dragon needs to waste as much time as he can because he is definitely going to be the focus there. 4 RGN tanks going to be pushing for these 2 Ishtar tanks. Raigai taking a lot of damage, 1051. Another 357 goes in, and he's going to be a 2-shot now. TJ Blue looking to rotate away from this and help in this brawl here. Afro Panda looks like he got focused out, as well as the mouse of Dragon Krieg. Hated Fate is going to be next as soon as Panda goes down. Panda trying to get clear of the guns there. Dragon Krieg still wasting as much time as he can in the far back there. TJF Blue was able to take A while he pushed up, so good play there actually. Ishtar wasn't paying attention. TJF Blue taking a really long time to aim that shot. Takes a lot of hits for that. Now Hated Fate going to be trying to cover for TJF Blue, but TJF Blue has a dead driver. Won't be able to get away from Kenny Otsuhader or Sky Warrior. Hecky Shiyu takes so much damage there. Dragon Krieg, I think, put an HE shell into him right before he died, and that could make the difference here. Hated Fate has the kill, I believe, and he's going to be sitting here trying to use him as cover, but Sky Warrior is going to be trying to put a shot into Hated Fate. Gets an HE shell into the rear. All the RGN tanks going to be leaving Kennyotsu Hater in favor of taking out these IS-4s, ignoring the mouse, who's very slow, has difficult to pen armor, and has not that much DPM. Good rotation here by RGN. A good choice in ignoring the mouse. However, they're still struggling a little bit to pick up the kills, and Nate the Great goes down. This is actually still pretty close. Zeta needs to 1 versus 1 Kenny Otsuhader. However, RGN do have the cap advantage here, so that's definitely going to play in. Padu trying to pick up Mako, and Zeta trying to stay alive against Kenny Otsuhader. This is very tense brawl here. However, again, the cap just coming in for RGN. Another close game, though. All these games are pretty close. I think the last game was probably the one that wasn't as close as the other ones. In any case, the score is now 2-2. Alpenstadt gonna be the map against Ishtar. RGN looking to pick up another win. Ishtar looking to pick up another win. See if they can get one more on the board and closer towards victory here. Each team 2 points away from picking up the set. That's a lot of mice readied up for Ishtar. 3 mice, 2 IS4s, and 2 Vickers Lights on Alpenstadt. They have the south spawn, so they're definitely going to be playing aggressive towards the town. Well, they might not be playing aggressive, but they very well could. But they're definitely going to have a town-oriented strat, going for B and C. RGN, meanwhile, have 2 IS4s readied up, 2 mice as well. It's going to be 4 IS4s, 2 mice, and a T-22. So, they might as well, or they might take the fight in the town area as well. They've only got 1 T-22, and he's definitely not going to be able to 1 versus 2 the Vickers Lights. At least not alone. RGN able to pick up an equalizer win last map. Each map has gone 1-1 for each team picking up 1 win on each map. So it could continue all the way up to the tiebreaker. Let's see here. Gonna be on board with Zeta in the IS4. We'll see where each team goes, but I believe there's gonna be a brawl in the town area for the B and the C caps. We've got the Vickers of Ishtar going to be working with Unique to spot up the A side. Might go for a quick grab as well because they know that Rain won't be able to contest that. Also able to spot Dragon Creek in the mouse as he crossed over here. So Ishtar blitzing onto the cap. Might even be able to afford to play passively now that they have the cap advantage. So that's definitely what Ishtar is going to be doing. Going to be playing passive on the A cap. However, the Vickers Lights might be able to work on these RGN heavy tanks. Afro Panda might get shot in this side very soon. And that is what's going to be happening. Unique and actually putting shots into the side there. Panda needs to move up and shoot Jerry's out. But it's not going to be happening just yet. He needs to get the reset. RGN cannot afford to lose B. He gets an HE reset off. Hated Fate and Dragon Creek going to be worked on over there. RGN are actually scrambling now. They've moved a lot of tanks off of the town, but they left TJF Blue alone, and he's going to be absolutely laid into. Now left on basically a 3-shot for the IS4s, and Jerry is able to get the cap off. How did they let that happen? Ishtar now taking 3 caps. RGN definitely not in a good position at this point. TGF Blue very low. RGN now being able to take A, but there's no way they're going to get onto the VCAP without getting punished for it. Ryguy now getting worked on there, down to 300, or down to about as much HP as TJ is on. Nate the Great getting shot as he crosses. RGN now going to be rotating back to where they came from. Afro Panda trying to take the B cap, or at least slow it down as much as he can, but he's working against 2 mice here. There's no way he's going to get that cap unless he gets extremely lucky, and we've got Unique in the Vickers gonna be working to crossfire Afro Panda. Afro Panda looks like might go down actually to the Vickers. Lost his driver, so that's gonna greatly affect his survivability, but we've got a push coming in from RGN trying to make use of Panda as a distraction, but RGN is just bleeding so much HP at this point. They've got 4 tanks on about half HP, or even less. Nate the Great isn't able to pen. Hated Fate gets shot, goes down too, but now RGN are taking control of all 3 caps, but again, Afro Panda is not going to be able to take that B cap. Jerry's out in the mouse, trying to stay alive as long as he can. Zeta working on him. TJF Blue going to be the focus here, with Dragon doing as much as he can to block him. Unique getting shot by TJF Blue. Dragon Krieg trying to get a shot into Jerry. Maybe be picking him up, able to do so, but at the same time, he's going to be dangerously low as well. Kenny Otsu Hater in the mouse, going to be worked on by Fadu, but Fadu should be getting his gun into the game elsewhere. Might pick up the kill on him, but TJF Blue is most likely going to go down here. To James, trying to stay alive as long as he can, but not able to get clear of the gun. Fadu finally gets the mouse, but Nate the Great goes down. Zeta's gonna go down as well. It's only 2 guns to 4. Ishtar look like they're gonna pick up the win here as well. RGN do have the caps, but Ishtar is only 1 kill away from picking up this win, and they have it on Zeta. Fadu gets shot as he crosses. Zeta needs to stay clear as long as he can, but he's gonna get intercepted by Mako. Fadu needs to pick up the kill, but doesn't get the reload off before Zeta goes down. Also bled a lot for that. So, very good defense by Ishtar. The mice doing a lot of damage as well. Mako putting in 4.5k. The Vickers doing some very good work as well in opening up angles and forcing RGN to move. So RGN losing that game a little bit on lineup, weren't able to contest the Vickers and weren't able to contest the mice with the IS4s that they had. They had to make an aggressive play somewhere, but Ishtar were very good at not letting them play aggressively on the beginning, or not letting them play aggressive on them in the beginning. Ishtar's rotations are actually very intricate, and that's one of the reasons I like watching them play. I do hope that they get far in top 4. I could very well see them taking 2nd place even. And if RGN manages to be first, seeing this performance again, they definitely have a chance to win against them. That's not something you can say for most teams, actually, as it stands right now. So RGN 1 point away from losing their first set. Ishtar could pick up a really good win here. If they're able to win this game here, they basically solidified their top 4 finish. RG is going to be taking 3 IS4s, 2 mice, a Vickers, and I believe is E5. Oh, no Vickers, it was a T22 and an E5. Ishtar is going to be taking 2 IS4s, 2 mice, an E5, a 268, and a Vickers Light. So we've got Fadu in the T22, gonna be playing towards the A cap, but I believe the Vickers of Ishtar is gonna be playing aggressively on this side. Won't be letting Fadu make any good plays towards the A cap. Ishtar is gonna be playing aggressive towards A. RGN leaving 2 mice towards the B cap. Sky Warrior potentially pushes across. Oh, it could have been a triple tap there, but one of the shots doesn't pen. Panda now getting double tapped. Pretty even trade there. RGN gonna be looking to make an aggressive play here though. The IS4 of Sky Warrior is gonna be laid into, down to 1375 HP. Ishtar might have bitten off a little bit more than they could chew. Sky Warrior and Mako getting worked on. Zeta and Dragon Krieg working to just drag the attention of these mice and waste as much time as they can. Afro Panda, though, gonna be sitting on the A cap. Can't Be Shook and Hated Fate going to be looking for Sky Warrior. Another good shot in, and Sky Warrior goes down. James now gonna be looking to aggress on Fadu and TJ, but Fadu and TJ have the advantage here. Unique gonna be pushing off, gets double tapped. TJ flew, gets shot from Ryguy and Unique, loses almost half his HP. Fadu looking for the shot on James, and not on Unique. This focus is a little bit split here. Unique going to go down to Afro Panda, but not before he puts a good shot in. Ishtar just bleeding HP at this point, though. And there's going to be 5 guns trained on Ryguy. He's going to get firing squad out of the game. More shots going in. 1832 combo. 1 shot away from death. And here, again, we have Dragon Krieg just wasting as much time as he can. Dragging tanks out of the fight and putting the punches out even as he's going down. Might even pick up the Vickers, but it's going to be a tough shot for him. Scrapes in for some more damage. Gonna be roadblocking these mice, and now it's just 3 guns on 5 for Ishtar. There's no way they're gonna win this now. RGN making an aggressive play in the beginning. Ishtar were looking to do something aggressive as well, but they it looked like they kind of panicked there once they saw a lot of RGN tanks pushing across towards the IS-4s. Jerry's out going down, and now it's just the Ishtar Vickers on 80 HP left. Puts a shot into Can't Be Shook, but Can't Be Shook putting the kill shot into him. And just like that, another map goes 1-1. In this battle versus RGN versus Ishtar, and it's gonna go down to a tiebreaker on Normandy. I'm not sure if either team expected to get this far. But I don't think any team really plans to make it, like, to the tiebreaker. I think most teams hope that they can finish the set off before it gets to that point. Because in the tiebreaker, the pressure is absolutely on. No more chances for mistakes. And everything comes down to the line. Ishtar are going to be taking 2 IS-4s, 2 E5s, a Chieftain Mark 6, a Vickers Light, and an STB-1. RGN are going to be taking 4 IS-4s, a Mouse, a T-22, and an E5. Now, Ishtar looks like they're going to be playing somewhat aggressively. They could push the E5s very far up towards RGN's side. Maybe a little bit of like what is it? A little bit of a speed strat here. Tipped off by the STB, in my opinion, and the E5s. Because those are the staple tanks that they use to push towards the enemy cap near the beginning of the game. And I believe they have the good spawn to do so. RGN are going to be taking a Mouse, so it might be a little bit difficult for them to respond to this pressure. They've got a bunch of IS-4s, but not a lot of tanks with gun depression that can farm from a relatively safe position outside of the bowl of death. So let's see what the Vickers Light and the STB is going to be doing here. Vickers is going to be most likely just spotting on this middle area, see if he can spot anything out, but we see here the STB is going to be playing aggressive here as well. Dragon Krieg is spotted in the Mouse very far back. Might get bled out here. Got a pretty bad spawn. Trying to put a shot into Can't Be Shook. And again, we've got the E5s pushing super aggressively towards RGN's cap. RG's going to be triple capping with IS-4s though. E5's a little bit isolated. from the rest of their team, but they can get support very quickly from those IS-4s. The Chieftain has shots, I believe, as well, as they push over, and the SCV, and... Whoa! James gets shot here. I didn't think they had the gun depression to play this side, but it looks like they've played themselves into a trap. James now getting hammered by heat into the top of his turret. James definitely not in a good position now. Ishtar are going to have to make a play on Afro Panda and push these IS-4s here. Dragon Krieg now trying to get his HP into the game, but James is just dangerously low at this point. 453 HP remaining for him, and Ishtar don't have anywhere near the amount of bleeds that RGN does. But RGN are just kind of stacking up here. They aren't making any plays just yet. Looks like they're going to be counter-pushing these IS-4s on the outside instead of focusing on this E5s. Dragon Krieg now getting shot in the mouse. Going to be eating a lot of attention. That's what you want to do in the mouse, but at the same time, you don't want to bleed out completely. Kenny Otsu Hater now going to be worked on by Dragon Krieg and Can't Be Shook. Or actually, Dragon puts the kill shot into James. Going to be the first kill in this tiebreaker. Hated Fate bleeds some HP, but they're going to be working on Ryguy. RGN has a bunch of crossfire here, but they're getting worked on, and they aren't doing all that much damage. Jerry is going to be pushing straight in to try to get Afro Panda. Ryguy not going to get pushed on by Hated Fate and Fadu. Hated Fate looking to put a shot in and help Fadu finish him off. Zeta does not get the kill. Ryguy goes down in the back as well. TJ Blue gonna be the first kill for Ishtar, but at this point, Ishtar just don't have the HP to win this game. RGN able to hold just well enough. The Vicar is going down in a spectacular ball of fire. Jerry is now gonna get focused out in the middle here. And that's gonna be game, set, and match for RGN. Ishtar just weren't able to pull off the final game. RGN getting some really good bleeds on Jerry. If those E5s had stayed pretty healthy, they would have been fine. But yeah, I thought they were a lot safer in that position. I think as soon as they started backing up, though, that was the mistake. They needed to push up forwards, and Ishtar needed to make a play on the outside at the same time. But that's not what happened. Ishtar just kind of gave up the E5s. They pushed them into what should be good positionings, or good positions, without actually doing anything with it. They didn't get support of anything from the outside lanes. And RGN were able to get some pretty good bleeds off on them. Not something I expected, honestly. But that will conclude our matches for today. Ishtar weren't able to pick up the win against RGN. RGN staying undefeated so far. GMA picked up a win against 7 Rats. And I have 5 on the board as well. RGN have 6, GMA have 5. Speed has 5 as well. Ishtar going to stay with their 3 points. Pincer looked like they picked up a win against Shiro. Dropped 2 though. One of the better results they've had. 7 Rats lost to GMA, and Shiro we saw lost to Pincer. So Pincer picks up a win against Shiro, puts them at 3 points. They're going to have their final match against RGN, and this is going to be a difficult set for them. Definitely not a guaranteed win for them. Ishtar going to be facing off against MM as well. Both Ishtar and Pincer are at 3 points currently. Ishtar needs to pick up 1 more win. to guarantee them top 4, because if they win against they'll have 4 points. Pincer will also have 4 points. However, a tiebreaker on this will go to head-to-head matches, and in that case, Ishtar won the head-to-head against Pincer, so Ishtar will win that tiebreaker. But it all hinges on RGN, or on Pincer being able to beat RGN, and on Ishtar being able to beat Now, between those two matchups, I feel like Ishtar definitely has the upper hand here. I think the chance that Ishtar beats is higher than the chance that Pincer beats RGN. Just based on the performance that I've seen in this top 8 and the end of the ascents. So what I predict is going to be top 4. RGN's going to be number 1. GMA and Speed are going to be 2nd and 3rd. Oh wow, that's actually going to come down to a head-to-head as well. So whoever wins GMA versus Speed is going to be 2nd. Whoever loses is going to be 3rd. And Ishtar, I think, is going to be number 4. I think I had one more point I wanted to say. Oh yeah, right. So for the top 4, the seeding is... Oh, right, okay. I'll explain the top 4 format. Top 4 is going to happen later in the year. The 4 teams that make top 4 are going to be seeded into a double elimination bracket. The first place team is going to face off against the 4th place team first, and the 2nd and 3rd teams are going to be facing off each other. So basically, 2nd or 3rd really won't matter a whole lot for GMA and Speed. But whoever makes 4th is going to be facing off against Rain first in the double elimination bracket. But again, since it's double elimination, it doesn't matter all that much if you lose a game early, because you can still win the whole thing. So the 4th place team, even if they lose against Rain in the first round, still has a chance to come back and win it all. And that's kind of the cool thing about double elimination. So we're going to see that later in the year. I hope you're excited to see that, because I definitely am. A lot of these games are coming down to the wire, and that's extremely cool to see, because I don't think that's ever really happened in North America, besides maybe the last 2 seasons. But the competition between the top 4 or 5 teams is actually pretty close, and that's again something that hasn't been the case in NA for a long time. Ishtar has been a really fun team to watch. They've been pulling some pretty spectacular results for being an absolutely new team. GMA as well hasn't been together for very long at all either, and they're in the running for 2nd or 3rd even. So hats off to these new teams that are coming in and doing very well. So I'm gonna be playing maybe like 1 or 2 more pubs, just so that we can finish it off around 2-hour mark. And I guess I'll play the 50 beat. But yeah, that was a pretty cool set to watch from. Well, actually, both of the games were very cool. Saw what was pretty much an upset early in the day. And then we saw what almost was an upset for Ishtar versus Rain. I'm not really paying a lot of attention here, so I kind of deployed in a bad place. However, it looks like 54 is going to be coming to the rescue. Put a bad shot into him though. Don't really have shots here, but we might in a little bit. Just gonna go for a clip. I think I'll be chilling here for a little bit. Yeah, okay, here we go. Now we have shots. Probably gonna shoot the K91 since he's a little bit exposed to our team as well, so we can help focus him out. 57. Wait a little bit to see if we can get a shot at the 54, but it doesn't look like he's gonna be showing himself. We put the last shot into the 57. We can just chill here for now. Our team looks like they're doing pretty good. We don't have to make anything super aggressive just yet. Team is doing a good job of pushing these guys back, so we can just sit here for the moment and try to get some shots. I'm gonna be pushing across now so we can get better shots on the 5A. Whoever else is there. Saw the Jag was spotted around there, so we're gonna keep an eye out for him. I'm gonna put some shots into him just to get him out of the game, out of the equation, make him back off. We're gonna be shooting the 57. Maybe we can get a rack on him? Not quite, but is alright. Game looks like it's pretty won at this point. And we're just gonna try to put some shots into these tanks over here. Hit the gun of the 5A, I saw that coming. Bounce off the engine deck of the Emil from the rear, or from the side, I mean. Looks like the 5A is just gonna get knocked out, but not before we get a shot into him. Maybe? No, I'm just gonna let him burn out. Save our shot for the... Oh! Sheridan put a missile into him. And he dies before we can get to him. Not a huge deal though. I'll play like one more game. Just to round it off here. Winter Malinovka. So going into this top 8, I thought that GMA beating Pinster would be an upset, but it looks like Pinster have been dropping some games actually. They did very well in this sense. I think they started dropping off near the end. I'm gonna play a little bit aggressive here. Light tank hasn't spotted anything yet. Spot the Sheridan. But we don't want to poke out because he can just missile us. Unfortunately, I don't want to poke out or pull out very far back either because we might get shot from over there. Emil gonna complicate our game then. We lost our T-30 in the back. Our team is making some plays on kind of like the middle area there. I'm just gonna face check this. Ooh, a 183, I don't want to get shot by him. Unfortunately, that 183 kind of locks us here until he fires. Maybe I'll try baiting him out. or baiting a shot out from him. He's definitely still there. What? I guess he poked the corner. Oh. You were sneaky, but you weren't fast. So now we can start making some plays over here. Oh, the 183 just fired as well. Maybe we can clear this ammo here with our crown gun. Trying to put shots into his drive wheel to track him. Crown gun has one more, should pick up the kill there. Completely fluffs the shot though. Fortunately for us. Or unfortunately, I don't want to get shot by the waffle. I'm just gonna be pushing in for the 183. I mean, I kind of knew. Oh, I might have thrown the game. Wasn't paying attention to how low our team was. Conlon has the kill. Or not. Sheridan wasting this E5's time. Trying to get support from our team. E5 is going to be looking for a shot into the Crown Von. Since the E5 really can't do a whole lot against the Sheridan. Sheridan might put a shot in here. Could go for a missile, just gonna go for an APCR. And the Yag picks him off from the far back. Alright, I'm gonna be ending this stream off here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games. Quick recap here. MM beats Pincer. Pincer basically in a really tight spot for getting into top 4. Ishtar might be able to nab it if they pick up one more win. They're guaranteed to get in now. And yeah, that basically rounds out the stream here. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. And I'll see you on Sunday if you decide to tune into my stream. If not, then we'll see you in top 4.